Hello, I am Mike.
And I am Lily.
Welcome to English Podcast Flow.
It's that time of year again.
Yeah, time for love chocolates and maybe just a little bit of awkwardness.
Yes, folks.
It's Valentine's Day.
So whether you're head over heels in love, happily single, or
Yes.
somewhere in between, we're here to help you navigate the language of love and maybe even learn a few new words along the way.
We're going to explore some fascinating Valentine's Day traditions.
From around the world.
Delve into some key vocabulary that will make you sound like a true romantic.
And even share some funny and relatable anecdotes.
About our own Valentine's Day experiences. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and join us for this special
Valentine.
episode of English Podcast Flow.
First things first.
Yeah, let's talk about Valentine's Day traditions.
Because believe it or not, it's not all about those overpriced roses and those heart-shaped boxes of chocolates that seem to magically appear everywhere you look this time of year.
Yeah, you might be surprised to learn that Valentine's Day is celebrated in many different ways around the world.
It's true. Mike, Valentine's Day is a truly global phenomenon, with each culture adding its own unique twist to the celebration.
So tell us more about these global traditions. What are some of the most interesting or unusual ways that people celebrate Valentine's Day in different parts of the world?
Well, in Japan, for example, Valentine's Day is a bit of a role reversal. It's the women who take the initiative and give chocolates to the men in their lives.
Really? That's fascinating. So the men just sit back and receive chocolates. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
Well, there's a catch. A month later on White Day, the men are expected to reciprocate and give gifts to the women who gave them chocolates on Valentine's Day.
Ah, so it all evens out in the end. It's like a delayed gift exchange, I guess, that keeps the anticipation going for a whole month.
Exactly. And it also gives the men time to find the perfect gift to show their appreciation.
That's a clever tradition.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, what about other countries? Are there any other unique Valentine's Day customs that stand out?
Absolutely. In South Korea, for instance, they have a special day called Black Day, which is observed on April 14th.
Black Day. What's
Yeah.
that all about? Does everyone wear black?
Not exactly. Black Day is a day dedicated to single people. It's a chance for those who didn't receive any gifts on Valentine's Day or White Day to come together and, well, commiserate over their singlehood.
So it's like an anti-Valentine's Day for singles. That's kind of brilliant, actually. It takes the pressure off and turns it into a fun and lighthearted occasion.
Precisely.
Hmm.
And the traditional food for Black Day is jjajangmyeon, which are black bean noodles.
Black bean noodles on Black Day. I see what they did there. So it's a day for singles to embrace their status, enjoy some delicious food, and maybe even find some new connections.
Exactly. It's a great example of how different cultures have adapted Valentine's Day to suit their own social norms and values.
Those are some really interesting traditions. I had no idea that Valentine's Day was so diverse. Now, before we move on, I have to ask, have you ever heard of Galentine's Day?
Of course, Galentine's Day is a relatively new celebration, but it's quickly gaining popularity. It's a day dedicated to celebrating female friendships.
I love that. So it's like a Valentine's Day for your best girlfriends.
Exactly. It's a chance for women to get together, show appreciation for their amazing female friends, and just have some fun.
And what do people typically do on Galentine's Day? Is there a specific way to celebrate?
There's no set way to celebrate Galentine's Day, but it often involves brunch mimosas and lots of girl talk.
That sounds like the perfect way to spend a day with your besties. So whether you're coupled up single or celebrating with your gal pals, there's a Valentine's Day tradition out there for everyone.
Absolutely. And I think it's wonderful how this holiday has evolved to encompass different types of love and relationships.
I agree. It's a reminder that love comes in many forms and that we should celebrate all the special people in our lives.
Now that we've explored,
Yeah, now that we've explored some global Valentine's Day traditions,
let's dive into the heart of the matter, the language of love.
sounds good. Are you ready to expand your romantic vocabulary?
Absolutely. I'm all ears. Let's start with the basics. What are some of the most essential words and phrases that everyone should know when it comes to expressing love and affection?
Well, the most obvious one is love itself. It's a powerful word that encompasses a wide range of emotions, from deep affection to passionate desire.
Love is definitely a big one, but it can be a bit vague sometimes. What are some other words that can help us express those feelings in a more specific way?
Good point. We often use words like adore to express a deep and tender love, or cherish to convey a sense of holding someone dear to our hearts.
Those are beautiful words. And what about when you're just starting to develop feelings for someone? Is there a word for that initial spark of attraction?
Of course, we might use words like infatuated or smitten to describe those early stages of romantic interest when everything about the other person seems exciting and captivating.
Those words definitely capture the butterflies in your stomach feeling of a new crush. Now, what about when you want to express admiration for someone's qualities or achievements?
In those cases, we might use words like admire, respect, or esteem to convey our appreciation for their character or accomplishments.
Those are great words to use when you want to compliment someone in a sincere and meaningful way. And speaking of compliments, what are some other words we can use to express our affection for someone?
We can use words like dear sweetheart or sonny to address our loved ones in a tender and affectionate way. And we can use phrases like you're so special to me or I'm so lucky to have you in my life to express our gratitude and appreciation for their presence.
Those are all lovely expressions. It's amazing how many different words and phrases we have to convey the complexities of love.
It really is. Language is a powerful tool for expressing our emotions and building connections with others.
Absolutely. Now, I know we've only scratched the surface of romantic vocabulary, but I think this is a good starting point for our listeners.
I agree, and I encourage everyone to keep exploring and experimenting with different words and phrases to find the ones that best express their unique feelings.
So there you have it, folks, a crash course in the language of love.
We've covered everything from local traditions to essential vocabulary, and we've even shared some personal anecdotes along the way. But wait, there's more. We're just getting started with our Valentine's Day special.
Ready for more Valentine's Day insights? Because we're about to dive into the practical side of things.
I'm excited to get some expert advice on how to make this Valentine's Day truly special for the people I care about.
That's a great attitude to have. Remember, it's not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's the thoughtfulness behind your actions that truly matters.
You're absolutely right. So where do we begin? What are some practical tips for expressing our love and appreciation on Valentine's Day?
Let's start with something that might seem simple, but can be surprisingly challenging, crafting the perfect Valentine's Day message.
Oh yes, the dreaded Valentine's Day card. I'm always struggling to find the right words. What's the secret to writing a heartfelt message that doesn't sound cliché or overly sentimental?
The key is to personalize your message and make it specific to the recipient. Think about what makes your relationship unique. What qualities do you admire most in your partner or friend? What are some inside jokes or shared memories that you can incorporate into your message?
That makes sense. So instead of just saying, I love you,
Oh.
I should try to express why I love them and what makes them so special.
Exactly. You could mention specific things you appreciate about them, like their sense of humor, their kindness, or their unwavering support. You could also reminisce about a special moment you shared together or express your excitement for future adventures together.
I like that. It's all about adding those personal touches that show you've put thought and effort into your message. Now, what about gifts? Are there any guidelines for choosing the perfect Valentine's Day gift?
Just like with messages, the best gifts are those that are thoughtful and tailored to the recipient's interests and personality.
So it's not about finding the most expensive or extravagant gift, but about finding something that truly resonates with them.
Exactly. Consider their hobbies, their passions, and what brings them joy. If they're a bookworm, a special edition of their favorite book or a gift certificate to their local bookstore would be a thoughtful choice.
And what if they're a foodie? Any ideas for gifts that would tantalize their taste buds?
A cooking class, a gourmet food basket, or a subscription to a meal kit service would be great options for the culinary enthusiast in your life. You could also plan a romantic dinner at their favorite restaurant or try recreating a special dish that holds sentimental value for both of you.
Those are great ideas. I'm already feeling inspired. Now, what about those classic Valentine's Day gifts like chocolates, flowers, and jewelry? Are they still a good choice?
They certainly can be, but the key is to elevate them beyond the generic and add a personal touch.
So instead of just grabbing a random box of chocolates, I should try to find an assortment of their favorite flavors, or perhaps some artisan chocolates from a local chocolatier.
Exactly. And with flowers, you could choose their favorite blooms or select a bouquet with a special meaning like their birth month flower.
And what about jewelry? How can I make a jewelry gift more personal and meaningful?
Engraving a piece of jewelry with a special message or date can turn it into a cherished keepsake that they'll treasure for years to come. You could also choose a piece that reflects their personality or style. Perhaps a necklace with their birthstone or a bracelet with a charm that represents a shared passion.
Those are some great tips.
Yeah,
I'm starting to see that the secret to a successful Valentine's Day is all about paying attention to the details and finding ways to make everything feel personalized and special.
you've got it. Now let's move on to planning a romantic Valentine's Day experience. What are some ideas for creating a memorable and intimate celebration?
I'm all ears. I'm always looking for creative date ideas that go beyond the typical dinner and a movie.
Well, dinner in a movie can certainly be romantic, but there are countless other ways to create a special evening together. You could start with a romantic activity like ice skating, visiting a museum, or attending a concert.
Those are great ideas. And what about after the activity? Any suggestions for how to keep the romantic vibes going?
You could transition to a cozy dinner at a restaurant with a romantic ambience, or create a magical atmosphere at home with candlelight, soft music, and a delicious meal prepared together.
I love the idea of cooking together. It's a
Yeah.
fun and intimate way to connect and create lasting memories.
Absolutely. And don't forget about the importance of conversation. Valentine's Day is a great opportunity to deepen your connection with your loved one by engaging in meaningful discussions and sharing your thoughts and feelings.
That's so important. It's easy to get caught up in the planning and the gifts. But the most valuable part of Valentine's Day is spending quality time with the people we care about and strengthening those bonds.
You're absolutely right. Now, before we wrap up this segment, I want to emphasize that romance isn't just about grand gestures or extravagant dates. It's the small, everyday acts of love and affection that truly make a difference.
You're so right.
Yeah.
What are some examples of those small gestures that can make our loved ones feel appreciated?
It could be as simple as making their favorite breakfast in bed, leaving a sweet note for them to find, or offering a listening ear after a long day.
Those are great examples. And sometimes a simple hug or a heartfelt compliment can go a long way in making someone feel loved and cherished.
Exactly. It's about being present, attentive, and demonstrating your love through both words and actions.
I think we've covered a lot of ground in this segment, from writing heartfelt messages to choosing thoughtful gifts to planning romantic experiences. I feel like I have a much better understanding of how to make this Valentine's Day truly special.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And remember, the most important thing is to approach Valentine's Day with an open heart and a genuine desire to show your love and appreciation for the special people in your life.
Well said.
It's time for the final part of our Valentine's Day special.
And we're going to wrap things up with a fun and interactive challenge.
Yeah, that will put your romantic vocabulary to the test.
That's right. We've covered a lot of ground in this episode exploring various aspects of Valentine's Day
From global traditions,
to thoughtful gift ideas.
now it's time to see how much you've learned.
Are you ready to put your knowledge to the test, listeners?
I hope so. We've compiled a list of 15 key vocabulary words.
That we've discussed throughout the episode.
Let's see if you can recall them all.
Here they are.
Horror,
Perfection.
admire,
Message. Chocolate.
sinner,
Reservation.
date at,
Romantic outing.
scenic.
And memory.
Quite a list, isn't it?
Don't worry.
We're not expecting you to recite them from memory.
Your challenge is to choose 3 of these words and create your own sentence using them.
Yeah, be as creative and imaginative as you can.
Let your personality shine through.
And have fun with it.
We want to see your wordplay skills in action. And once you've crafted your masterpiece, feel free to share it with us on social media.
We'd love to see what you come up with.
Now, as we approach the end of our Valentine's Day journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the true essence of this special day.
Valentine's Day is not merely about romantic love. It's about celebrating all forms of love and connection, the bonds that enrich our lives and make us feel whole.
It's about expressing our appreciation for the people
Yeah.
who make our hearts sing, whether it's a significant other, a family member, a close friend, or even a beloved pet.
And remember, love is not just a feeling, it's a verb. It's about the actions we take, the kindness we extend, and the support we offer to those we care about.
So go forth and spread the love.
Make someone smile
Tell them how much they mean to you.
and create beautiful memories that will last a lifetime.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration of love and language.
We hope you've enjoyed our Valentine's Day special and that you feel inspired to make this day a truly memorable one.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
From all of us at English Podcast Flow,
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. It really helps our channel grow and reach more English learners like you. By subscribing, you'll never miss a new episode, and by liking the video, you're letting us know you want more helpful content. Thank you for your support. It means so much to us. Let's keep learning and flowing together.